And my friends, once again, there is huge breaking news out of Vatican where the Pope has again talked about all religions being a path to God. This time, he seems to be channeling John Lennon. You're not going to believe what I read to you. And as I read to you from this paragraph of the Pope's released today, go check out the full story at lifesitenews.com. But remember John Lennon's Imagine song, which I like to call like the theme song for Antichrist? Well, it fits so well into what the Pope just said. And the Pope's talk about, migrants, as well as, getting rid of everything that the World Economic Forum would spout seems to be what's going on. First, let me give you the Pope's words, and then I'm actually going to read to you the lyrics from John Lennon's Imagine. Listen to this. These are from the Pope today. Quote unquote, "Imagine peace is most eloquent. We need to keep meeting to weave bonds of fraternity and allow ourselves to be guided by the divine inspiration present in every faith." Let me repeat that because that, of course, is heresy. We need to allow ourselves to be guided by the divine inspiration present in every faith. He goes on, in order to join in imagining peace among all peoples. We need such occasions to speak with one another and to act together for the common good and for the promotion of the poor. In a world at risk of being fragmented by conflicts and wars, the efforts made by believers are invaluable for holding out visions of peace and fostering fraternity and peace among peoples everywhere. And so he's talking about this at an interreligious gathering. He's like tripling down because he already did it once about 10 days ago when he first talked about all religions being paths to God. That was heresy. It goes right against Christ. But then he said it again while in Rome, doubling down, and this is triple down. It's unbelievable. But remember what I said about the song Imagine, John Lennon's song. And because he uses the term imagine in here, listen to the lyrics of John Lennon's song. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Now, Pope Francis has said himself that he believes there's no one in hell or if there's a hell at all. And he had that comedian come in front of him and tell everybody there is no hell. Also, the song goes on. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do, nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, a brotherhood of man. Imagine, and it goes on. I'm sorry, my friends, it sounds so much like what the Pope just said. And remember how much of this talk of all religions are paths to God, how much that confronts Jesus Christ and his truth, his one true church, repeated over and over again in scriptures. Go to lifesitenews.com for the full story on what he just said. And then look up the lyrics to Imagine by John Lennon and see if you don't think it bears repeating. God bless you guys. Watch this from 10 days ago.
In an interreligious meeting in Singapore just before returning to Rome, he said, again, I'll repeat a couple of lines. Every religion is a way to arrive at God. Each of us has a language to arrive at God. Sikh, Muslim, Hindu, Christian, there are different paths. End quote. Okay. This is a different gospel. This is a false gospel. In the true gospel, the Holy Ghost, speaking by St. John in the Gospel of John, said, and I quote, "For God so loved the world as to give his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him may not perish, but may have life everlasting." He said, "For God sent not his Son into the world to judge the world, but that the world may be saved by him." Again, the gospel says, he that believes in him is not judged. But he that does not believe is already judged because he believes not in the name of the only begotten Son of God.